to it. One question.
Can you share how your information about war plans against the Houthis in Yemen was shared with a journalist in The Atlantic? And were those...
Okay, let me stop it right there. You see that face? That is the face of someone who is thinking, damn it, I knew I shouldn't have got off that plane. I knew they were going to be asking me about this. And then you could see the wheels spinning. And he's thinking, what was that talking point? Oh, yeah. These people aren't even good at lying. They're not even good at getting together, putting together a common talking point and delivering that in a good way. And most of the reason they can't do this is because there's no way to defend this incompetence. But let's listen to how he decided to try to defend this.
Details classified.
You're talking about a deceitful and highly discredited so-called journalist who's made a profession of peddling hoaxes time and time again, to include the hoaxes of Russia, or the fine people on both sides hoax, or suckers and losers hoax. So this is the guy that peddles in garbage. This is what he does. I would love to comment on the Houthi campaign because of the skill and courage of our troops. I've monitored it very closely from the beginning. And you see, we've been managing 4 years of deferred maintenance under the Trump administration. Our troops, our sailors were getting shot at as targets. Our ships couldn't sail through. And when they did shoot back, it was purely defensively or at shacks in Yemen. President Trump said, no more. We will reestablish deterrence. We will open freedom of navigation, and we will ultimately decimate the Houthis, which is exactly what we're doing as we speak from the beginning, overwhelmingly.
Dude, people in the cabinet have already said this happened. People who were on that text thread have already said this happened. This is how incompetent these people are. This guy had time to think about this, probably called other people. But when the cameras were turned on and the question that he should have known was going to be asked of him, the best he could say was, oh, you're talking about the guy who peddles in hoax and conspiracy theorists, the guy who said Russia, and good people on both sides, and suckers and losers. And first of all, there's proof of all of those things. There's proof that there was collusion with Russia. Donald Trump said there were good people on both sides, and there's also proof that he said that dead soldiers were suckers and losers. So why Pete Hegseth came out with that is absolutely crazy to me. But this is the incompetence of the Republican Party, because given the opportunity to come up with something about this, they all failed at it. I mean, listen to what Jesse Waters has to say.
Start a group text, you're adding people and you accidentally add the wrong person. All of a sudden your Aunt Mary knows all your raunchy plans for the bachelor party. Well, that kind of happened today with the Trump administration. Mike Waltz was putting together a group chat on Signal, an encrypted app, with the Secretary of Defense, the VP, and a bunch of other national security officials to collaborate on whether to strike Iranian proxies in Yemen who keep firing missiles and shutting down shipping. Well, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz accidentally added a reporter to the group text, and not a good reporter. Jeffrey Goldberg from The Atlantic, one of the biggest hoax artists around. Well, he heard some things he probably shouldn't have, but could have been a wee bit of a security breach.
Yes, Jesse, we've put the wrong people in group chats before. One time I was sending a group chat to my team. I start putting together a group chat, and there's a guy named Chad in my phone, and I'm looking for a different Chad. And yes, I sent a text to a guy named Chad, who's a friend of mine who's not on my team, that said, hey guys, start the warm up at 9:35 today. That was so embarrassing. But guess what I didn't do? I didn't give away government secrets, and I am not a member of Donald Trump's cabinet. There's a big difference. This is not, oh, my grandmother or my aunt heard some things about our bachelor party. No, these are government officials, people who are supposed to be competent, who decided to make a group chat on a non-secure app and then go talking about things they shouldn't be talking about while having someone in that group chat that shouldn't have been there. The best Jesse Waters could do was say, hey, we all put other people in group chats by mistake, right? That's just something we all do. Oh my freaking goodness. And then the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, he's had all day to think about this. And they asked him, what do you think about the guys being put in a group chat that they shouldn't have been in, and these guys discussing secrets that they shouldn't be discussing over an unsecured group chat? This is what Mike Johnson had to say.
What you did see, though, I think, was top-level officials doing their job, doing it well, and executing on a plan with precision. That mission was a success. No one was jeopardized because of it. We're grateful for that, but they will certainly, I'm sure, make sure that that doesn't happen.
So Mike Johnson thinks we're all fortunate because we got to see the government at work. What you guys did see was you saw planning and you saw a strategic plan happening. And that was a great, they did a great thing. That what the actual fuck is wrong with these people? We have the most incompetent bunch of idiots that are running our country right now. You have the Secretary of Defense, one of their favorite news anchors, and the Speaker of the House, and not one of them had a good explanation for this. You could literally go up to a second grader and ask them for a better answer to this. This is a colossal failure, and it's not even the worst that we've seen or we are going to see. There's going to be 4 years of incompetence, and if we're not smart about this, this could be longer. My goodness, these people are absolute idiots, period. Hey, if you like my content, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check out the merch at leftlaughs.com. As always, I appreciate you guys supporting my channel.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in their heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.